Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 8th of January. So what we've got in store first today, then let's look at the news as ever. There's not a great deal of data coming out today. Just recap on yesterday's ADP figures. Slightly less than expected, but not anything to change things too much. In fact, services came out better than expected there yesterday. Just looking, the job openings fell a little, but probably not seasonally, not a big surprise. Whether they're seasonally adjusted or not, I'm not too sure, but either way. Okay, then looking at what we've got going on here, then there's nothing else today apart from unemployment claims later. It does have a little bit more impact on the non-farm payrolls week, as people get a bit edgy trying to read into what might be coming tomorrow, but it's really tomorrow and non-farm payrolls is a big key thing there. Right, let's move on, look at the technicals. Don't have a great deal today, so I'm just going to run through what I do have, and it's all sitting around the euro and potentially the pound. The other markets, well, I'll briefly run through. US dollar, yen, US dollar, start again, euro dollar, euro dollar. So we're sort of still on this move to the downside here. I'm looking at this as the quarterly pivot here. It ran into the weekly pivot earlier in the week there. It's still running to the downside effectively here, but we're sort of between this rock and a hard place at the moment. Another little sort of pinched area, and the pivots are really pinched today. I wouldn't take so much notice of these. Really, it's a case of whether we can get a breakdown today. If you're not in a trade on this, I'm thinking of adding to a short I have on the euro here. See if I can get it to ease off a little bit more. Certainly from a daily point of view, I'd look for it down to the S2 at least, but I'm looking more swing, so yeah, I'll only enter this now if it's going to be breaking down below these lows. So wait, see on that. That's the potential. Now, if it happens quite quickly, just got to be a bit careful. But I'm not thinking short term here. I'm really still thinking if it breaks this quarterly pivot, that we'll be moving on, looking back at some previous lows as potential targets here. Okay, that will be the S3 for the week, but we are on Thursday, so that will disappear next week. And it's not a fast burner, so that's what I'm looking for in the euro. The pound, it's a little bit more difficult to decide on where to go for on this. It is coming off, and it is quite clean on this bigger time frame here, looking soft, lower highs coming through. I say the problem, it's not pulled into any resistance, hasn't got a point of, well, okay, that's it, but it might just keep on going down here. I was looking here today with the pivot not touched. If it hits that S1, we've got more probability of it running down to the S2 than coming back. So that would be potential. It depends on how you're going to enter this, whether you can get into something on the shorter time frames, into a retrace, maybe on 30 or 15 minute retrace. But it's already done it off the 15. It's been handrailing that 15 minute 50 right the way through this early morning session. But we'll see what it can do. But something along those lines. It might just not come back for the 30-minute moving averages. Right. So and in terms of target wise, I mean, it's nice monthly pivot sitting down there. That might not even be the end of things to the downside. If we continue, we've got a quarterly pivot as well. So there's a couple of levels to be looking for. Rest of these markets, US dollar, yen, it's quite messy as we look at this. As it gets there, it's too messy for me to be. I'll go to 4-hourly picture on this. It has got this ascending channel, which at some stage may break down and give an opportunity, but it's in a bit of a mess. I'd much rather, it's sort of there in this sort of, I'd rather it from a longer bit of price action. We'll see. I'm just sort of looking at sort of head and shouldery pattern sort of kicking through, but I'm not that bullish with the stronger dollar that we've been seeing. Not so bullish on it at the moment. The Aussie's off the table here at the moment as well. It's rolled over further and well, it's into its weekly pivot. If it could grind out something from there, well, we could see all things change that, but it's just looking a little bit soft. Don't particularly want to go shorting on it too much yet, although maybe a day or so may look a bit more interesting. It could still be coming down towards its monthly pivot there. Likes the US dollar CAD continuing to push to the upside here, and looking quite solid on that. I mentioned the rounded bottom earlier in the week. Well, that's just doing what it seems to be doing. It's already going too much. It's not in a particularly nice place at the moment. I'd wait for this in the afternoon anyway. It was yesterday afternoon when it sort of ground out the bottom into its pivot here. Much more interesting point of trading it anyway. A lot of these markets are moving much better in the afternoon. Let's put this back to an hourly. There we go. They're much nicer in the afternoon than they are in the daytime, morning sessions at the moment. We get a bit of morning action, but it doesn't last too long. So that's pretty much it on the currency side of things there. I'm just looking. Nope, that's all right. Across some other charts here. Right, let's look at the other usual suspects. Gold's off half a percent since it's closed last night. Not looking great at this stage for a long side of things. It's lower time frame here. It's looking a bit bitty and iffy. I wouldn't with the strength it's been seeing here, I wouldn't really be looking for shorts on this. I think anything that sort of kicks in a bit too hard, any sort of political news could create traders running towards gold, so I'd leave that alone at the moment. Oil's a bit different. I haven't really been trading it for some months now, it seems. Just the intraday patterns, etc., are not particularly great. I trade it generally in the afternoon. This isn't looking too bad for further downside. Wonder if we'll get back. I was looking for $55. It to sort of probably bottom out on it. Well, it didn't get too far away from it in late mid-December there. So we'll see. It might come back towards that area. Okay, that's that. And then the equity markets, S&P's down 0.25% this morning. Just coming off a little bit here. Again, I don't want to be betting against this, and there's not anything really to go with it at the moment. Yesterday it just went from where it was sitting there, went up, air kissed its R1. It's fair dues. That was done, dusted. I didn't get into the trade, by the way. Today it's looking quite ugly. Don't like the long side and wouldn't be looking to sit into shorts on it, so it's moved it off my list. Side of that, then the FTSE likewise coming off a bit more, but again, not really looking for shorts on this so much. The one I was looking at shorts on was a lot more, and I tend to be more comfortable looking for shorts than is the DAX often, but at the moment this is in la land. Oops, just clicked on that twice, so just opened another one. Let's go to the it's alright, there we go. So yeah, DAX, not looking to short that, but it's put a little pivot swing in here. Could get a bit of continuation as the morning goes past. Post 8 o'clock, the next bar might come in and carry on up towards its R1. It's found a bit of support off that hourly 50 at the moment, but that could be a goer. Aside of that, then, just as I say, not very much this morning. Looking really at the euro, possibly the pound, but the euro looks just tidier in that area for a potential short. That's where what I'm looking for today at the moment. I will leave you there. Wish you a great day's trading and catch you tomorrow morning. Take care. Bye for now.